Hello, hello, hello. It is Elsa932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We are here for RuPaul's Drag Race. We're here for episode 5. We are here for episode 5, okay? I am your fashionless friend. Don't ask me about the fashion, labels, or whatever. I just know what I like, and I love Drag Race, love the drag queens. But we are here to put our opinion, our spin on the episode and what we saw. So make sure, please, that you hit that like button. Just one good time. One good old time. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you leave a comment below so we know your opinions as well. But we are here. We are here. We are here. Hey, Sam. I see you. Here to rate the queens. Yes. Hey, Lotus. Good to see you. Good to have you here. We are here to rate the queens. Now, the judges have the final say, okay? You know, RuPaul has the final say of saying, Shantae, you stay or you go away. So, but we have an opinion. We have an opinion in the general public. That don't mean that anybody going to be following our opinion, but we need to gather together, kiki, and give our opinion. Now, this week we find out on this episode 5 that the guest judge is Zara Larson, okay? We see Ross Matthews is here. Ross is always a good catch. Ross is always a good judge to have there as well. He always has the little zingers that I absolutely love and adore. Now, this is Rate a Queen Talent Show Part 1, where this week is some queens and the other queens will rate them. Next week will be some of the other queens and they will rate them. And then we'll figure out who won and who lost. Now, the top 2 people will lip sync for the win, and the bottom 2 will lip sync for the loss. I was like, okay, we stretching this out. I will let y'all know right now. Queens are not going home today. Okay? Queens are not going home in this episode. We'll figure out who at the top, who at the bottom, and then the bottom folks go hash it out. And I guess the top folk next week as well. Now, Jane Don't tells us that she planned to be judged by RuPaul, but not by a bunch of queens from Florida who can't read. I said, no, Jane, no, don't. This is why you call Jane Don't. Don't say it out loud. Don't do it, Jane. That's why you call Jane Don't. I said, ouch. I had to put that in my notes, okay? Now, the queen starts strategizing. They start strategizing right after. Not Lotus, you almost cried at the end of the episode. You're gonna have to tell me where, because I didn't have a cry or a sniffle. Okay, you gonna have to tell me where, Lotus, because I didn't have a cry or a sniffle. Yeah, it was yikes what Jane said. Jane, don't say that. So the ladies are strategizing. They figure out that some of the girls from one of the groups are still there, so if we split up we can make sure our people are to the top. Good strategy, but y'all ain't the final say. Y'all gonna rank them, but RuPaul got the final say, so I applaud y'all being a little bit shysty to each other. That's about it. So they're strategizing who in for the group performance, who in for the judging, and can you please her said the ponytail is getting tight when they're trying to figure out who to have this alliance with. Hate to go to Africa. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Kenya please have said the ponytail is getting tight. Because when they had to figure out who is going where and who's going in what section, are you going up against the dance queens? Are you going up against the face queens? Y'all, it was something else. Because this is, I have to play Kenya's line from last week.
Bitch! That's when the diarrhea started.
This is exactly when it started. Now, Jane Don't tells us that she has residual trauma from the talent show because her drag family has done exceptionally terrible in the whole talent portion. And they showed us a little clip of it. So, Jane, you got to pull this out for the family. The entire house is on your back. Okay? So they didn't have much to do other than we saw the talent show, and we're going to talk about their talent show as well as their runway when we see the runway, okay? So y'all ready for the runway? Let's go there. The runway in the order of appearances. This is how it went down, Okay. Sierra Mist was first. Let me change how y'all comments appear so y'all aren't blocking the queens. Okay. Sierra Mist was first. Okay. The runway was called Not Today Satin. Okay. The fabric satin. Okay. Some people say satin. Some people say satin. So Not Today Satin. So everything got to be made out of satin. And somebody said everybody ain't got their stuff made out of satin. Okay. Okay. So what kind of shiny material? So Sierra Mist, y'all put your in the comments below and in the comments now. Sierra Mist to go to Africa gave her a 4. Sam a 6. Okay. Okay. She was going for the whole Not Today Satan, Not Today Satin. Now Lotus came in with a 3. Dang. So that's why she has the horns and it's red and all of that. So Sierra Mist was going for that. Now, what Sierra Mist did on the stage, y'all, was called Poetry in Motion. Okay. She was, talking her poetry. There was a good song behind it. And she had a costume where she was having a metamorphosis. Okay. And even the pit crew came out to kind of break her out of her costume to transform. Now, it was good in thought. It was good in some parts of the performance, but the reveal was lackluster. I knew what she was going for. She's a butterfly in a cocoon, and it had little pieces of a butterfly in it. But I was hoping for another reveal where you actually had your butterfly wings just pop out. It just looked like the butterfly that just slipped out the cocoon and still wet. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say it. The butterfly came out the cocoon and laying there wet. And not flapping the wings, not getting the wings together, and it just laying there. It was, if she had done that, it would have boosted her just a little bit, because the other queens came to slay. Like Juicy Love Dion. Let's put your, yes, it fell flat, real flat and wet, not the good kind of wet, just wet. That was Sierra Mist. That was her performance. Now, Juicy Love Dion, please put your scores for Juicy Love Dion. Now, here it just looks like a piece of coral. It does look better. It does look better on the stage. Okay, it looks way better on. I see 10. I see 10. Are we having 10s across the board? Are we having 10s across the board? I just see 2 10s. Let's see what else everybody else has to say. Not 10s across the board. Lotus said no. That's not what we're not going to do, is give Juicy 10s across the board. Okay. Now, Juicy Love Dion came out in her talent show as a dancing robot. Now, she slayed this. Okay. She slayed this. She was a dancing robot. She was in tune with the music. She had the little, pieces of it. And she even crawled across the stage like if she was a Ross Matthews said, like if she was the robot that cleans the floor, the iRobot. I was like, daggone it, Ross. But they did absolutely loved everything about it. They said 10 out of 10 for execution, and that Juicy Love Dion sold it. Okay, she sold it. Yes, we love the colors of her dress right here. And she wore pink and black for the robot. That was a cute costume as well. It was amazing. So I see 10, 10, and 9 for Juicy Love Dion here in the comment section. Okay. So next up, yes, Juicy Love Dion is extremely talented. Yes. She's a dancer from Miami, girl. She better be. Her mama / grandmama is here. She better be. So Nini Coco, her talent was being a praying mantis. Now she did that on social media and she went viral. Everybody was like, why is she going to do the same thing again? But she had a twist. Okay. She had a twist. And I wish she did more with the praying mantis performance. And it was, you want to make me a mother and I want to have you for dinner. Okay. So she was in a beautiful praying mantis outfit, absolutely gorgeous. And she had a praying mantis on a platter. Okay. My thing is, Nini, I wish you had thrown the platter away at a certain point and got into a little bit more performance. You did one great flip over, but that was about it. Not saying I'm giving it a 3. The costume is a 3. Okay, 5 and an 8. Okay, everybody's a little bit different on Nini Coco. Everybody's a little different on Nini Coco. The judges said she was their favorite performance. You know, it was so silly and entertaining. It was amazing. Her performance, her fit, makeup was awesome on the performance. Okay, not this. Yes, the head on the platter, loved it. But she could have given up the platter. She could have tossed the platter somewhere. She was holding on to the platter like, yay, for too long for me. Okay, I needed her to do another flip. Okay, do another flip. This is not the performance outfit, Sam. This was on the runway for satin. It's a whole lot of strings, and it ain't, you need to see it in motion, but it ain't giving no more. It ain't giving no more than this. Okay? Okay. Next up is Vita VonTesse Starr. Okay? Vita is next. This is her satin outfit. Y'all put your scores for Vita, her satin outfit. Now, what I loved about it, okay? Yes, I love Vita's makeup here. Okay, Vita's makeup here is on it. Vita came, always coming to slay. Now, here's the thing that I loved. Vita went with more of like a flesh tone in the front, and so she has the emeralds across the chest. That you need to see come across the stage, because it looked like if her whole chest was just bejeweled. Okay, it was really, really well done. Vita doesn't disappoint me on the runway for a runway. She has not disappointed me like some people. Kenny, please. She has not disappointed me on the runway yet. She disappointed me in the performance. Okay. Yeah, she got 10s. Y'all gave her 10s across the board for Vita VonTesse Starr. Y'all giving her 10s for this look. It is absolutely amazing. The wig, everything is cohesive. Her performance is where Vita lost everybody. Okay? She slays on the runway. She did not slay with the performance. Vita. No. The performance, geez Louise, young lady. Okay? Okay, geez Louise. How did her shoes look? They look pretty from what I see. Yes, it was like a lavender heel. It looked a little bit like that from here, but her heels were nice. It was a nice strappy heel on the runway. But she tried to be, you know, Olivia Newton-John, let's get physical. She came out trying to do the step thing and a little bit of aerobics thing, the step thing. I was like, no, Vita. No, Vita. It was physical. She had cookies as her weights. So when you lifting weights, it was cookies on either end, because she was talking about cookies and always have a sweet tooth, and I want to get physical to keep the weight down. But Athena clocked her. Athena was one of the ladies judging. Athena said, this geriatric workout in sneakers, because she came on RuPaul's stage in flats, in sneakers. And she forgot the words. Athena's like, did she forget the words? The other queen was like, I don't know. She's like, I think I saw that. And what the judges say it was a problem. The problem is the gym looks great. It looks like if it's Ross Matthews going to the gym. Then she dropped the lip sync a few times, and she kept looking away from them, and she did not knock their socks off. Yes, performance was a huge flop. Absolute flop. It was not awkward. It was not awkward at all. You think it was awkward? It was just floppity flop. No tennis shoes on Mama RuPaul's stage at all. Nothing flat. Okay? The ballerina shoe. If you come in ballerina shoes, you better be on your toes the entire time. Nothing flat. I'm sorry. It didn't look awkward. It looked like Vita was out of her element. And here's the thing, I don't know. It's a balance between a performance piece and a lip sync assassin. Because I think Vita did enough to keep herself safe. And that is all she did. But that performance was, but I think she did what she needed to do, because I got thoughts on the other queens, okay? I got thoughts on the other queens. Next up, okay? Darlene Mitchell, okay? Darlene Mitchell. Darlene came out first in the gown that's, under her name. You see the long gown, and then she took the pink wrap off, and so she had the short blue dress. I wanted y'all to see all of it. Okay? Okay? Now, Darlene did a performance on Tools. It was really campy. It was really great. It was really, really awesome. I loved her talent show. For 60 seconds, she did a great, great thing. It was about tools, and if you need to hang anything, you need to screw. She was awesome. Okay, but again, they were like, yeah, it was super fun and cute, but they wish it was longer than 60 seconds. That was her talent show. But the runway, Ross Matthews said that is what he used to use and make for his old Barbie dolls. Ross Matthews said that. Okay, it was amateur hour for her satin dress. I was like, daggone it. Absolutely, they absolutely trashed you. 3, a 5. Yeah, the runway was a chop. Runway was absolutely awful. I mean, daggone it, girl. Daggone it, girl. That satin, neither of the outfits, you can't say that she took away the pink satin and it looked better. You couldn't even say it's like 80s prom. I just, it was completely lackluster. Completely lackluster. So 3s and 5s. I see y'all. And if you're catching the replay, y'all, please make sure you put your scores below. Okay. Next up is Mia Starr. Okay. Mia Starr in a big old bow. Mia Starr with a big old bow across her chest. Now, I'm not a bow girl. I don't like bows. Okay. Bows that aren't my thing. This, and I love the necklace. I love the statement necklace. I love the red gloves, but the big old bow, I don't know. I don't know about the bow. Okay. I didn't know about the hair either. Hey, Ken Scales, welcome on in. I don't know about the hair either with this, with Mia. But you know where Mia went pow, pow, pow. You know when Mia kind of like took it? Mia came in and said, I am going to dust this entire stage with my talent. Oh, y'all thought that I was going first because I was scared to go the second week. Mia Starr came out here and laid it all out. If you wanted a performance, you got a performance. Okay. Ross Matthews said that she smacked them with her performance and is the best all-time performance in the longest time. I was like, daggone it. Mia came through, and yes, the other queens were very good, many of them in their talent, but the judges were on there. She came out, y'all, she was rapping, she was dancing, and she was, pop locking it, and she had the girls out. She almost had a nip slip. But she performed, and she had the long colored wig, and she snatched that off, and her hair, her short hair, she had a short colored wig here, the same color. Yes, Mia surprised me too. I was like, Mia, I know you could perform, and I figured you were a girl that could perform, but Mia came out and she kicked in that door and said, I'm here. Who the rest of y'all? Mia came out. Mia said, she called herself, she's like, I'm an old queen. But Mia came out. Yeah, she was amazing, Sam. Mia came out. She was amazing. It was like one of those early rap girls, like if Lil' Kim was coming out here and Lil' Kim was putting on performance, got her little jeans jacket and got a little triangle bikini top on and got them short shorts and the knee-high boots. And I'm going to tell you who I am and what I can do. Oh, yeah, she slayed. She was thug life. She was thug life. She danced like a professional backup dancer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She was the old school like gangster rap girly. It was wonderful to see Mia Starr. Okay. It was wonderful to see Mia Starr. And the judges loved her performance. Okay. Now that was it. Mia was a fly girl. Like for real, a fly girl, or she was a fly girl this night? Because yes, she was a fly girl at the performance. But was she a fly girl before? Has she performed as a fly girl? I don't know all of Mia's history. Ken Scale. So if she was, let me know. Unless I'm just jumping on it because I liked Mia's. But Mia did surprise us. Yes. Yes. Mia's performance gave life. What? It gave life. Now, y'all, that is the end of the queens that performed this week. The rest of them, we're just going to talk about their fashion. Okay. We're going to talk about their silk fashion. But at Mia Starr is where they ended the performance for this week, for the first week. So the first set of girlies, we'll be talking about who's tops and bottoms from there. Okay. So next up, this is only for their runway. Next up is Myki Meeks. Myki Meeks, if y'all want to do it, please put your scores for Myki Meeks in the comment section below if you're on the replay or in the chat right now. Myki Meeks. I love this one. Myki surprised me with this one because yes, it's satin and it's ribbon and it could have been regular ribbon, but Myki decided to be all the dimensions of it all. The ribbon was working. The ribbon had was standing up. 9, 8.5, 7, 9. Yes. I really like this and I love the little bit of movement it had. It was well done. Myki been knocking it out of the park with her makeup too. Myki, you giving me sleeper. You giving me a little bit as a sleeper. You gonna stay safe until it's time to pull one out the chamber. But Myki's been doing wonderful with the makeup, and this one was a good surprise. Okay. Yes, love the arch of the ribbon. Now, the queens like to go, what other arches do we got, Myki? But I'm going to leave that alone. Then it'll get into a member live we can't get into. Is that the only arch we do in Myki? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Next up, I'm going to take y'all comments down just for the moment. So y'all can see Athena, Dion. Okay. This is Athena's outfit. Now she came out in the larger one with the cape and it's open, and then she ended with the short dress. Now it looks like that because it is hot pink. It looks like that because it is hot pink. Okay. It looks like that because it is hot pink. Okay. It is hot pink against the hot pink background, against the hot pink lights. Yes, I'm always taking you to Temptation Island. I always am. I always am taking you to Temptation Island. Okay, scales a 4. Okay, it's a 5 and a 5. Yeah, it did give me a little bit of bedsheet. It was giving bedsheet to me. Okay, it was giving bedsheet. Really, really giving me bedsheet. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's giving bedsheet. But you know what? Athena, grand dame. But I wasn't feeling it. But remember, these two queens did not perform this week. They are performing next week. Okay? Okay. The color was way too bright. Way too fuchsia. Way too bright. Way too bright. Next queens, please. Can you please her? Can you please her? Can you please her? It's too many weeks you have not been pleasing me. Can you please her said that the person making her outfit didn't get something in time, and if it was it Jane Don't, she said? Was it Jane Don't? Gave her a big old jacket that luckily was satin, and she pulled this together. Can you please her? I need to know what's going on. I need to speak to Can you please her? Okay. I need to speak to Can You Please Her. Okay. Because I'm like, RuPaul tells us a long time. RuPaul told us a long time ago when we have to get together, when we have to do things, when we have to get our costumes together. And you're trying to say this designer, and you telling us that you are a designer and you are a seamstress, you are a designer as well, and you couldn't come up with something for yourself, seeing that this person was coming in late. Yeah, Jane don't saved her. Kenya 3, 7. It's too basic. You're right, Ken Scales. It's basic. Kenya better raise her standards. She will go home next. You know what? Kenya is still here because she made it past, she was on the bottom this past week. She made it past. She was victorious in the lip sync. Right. She sold it and it still didn't work. It's because what we've seen from the other queens and what we've seen from Kenya is, not that good. Y'all give me 1 second. 1 second, we'll be right back. Sorry, y'all. Can you please her? So, can you please her? Not pleasing us. Okay. Okay. It's basically a trench coat. It is basically a trench coat, which she put a band around her waist to define her waist. And Kenya please her has not been pleasing us. Now, the thing is, what I like her personality. Absolutely adore Kenya please her's personality, adore her story, everything except what she's putting on this runway. But now, keep in mind, we have had queens in the past that have elevated. Okay, you're coming in. I hate to say it, you all saying it's too basic. I hate to say it. You're coming this is why we like Drag Race. You're coming like a basic queen. Okay, okay. Not Kenya looks like a cute baby doll from the Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. No, no Barbie. Right. The thing is, you come in looking like, as you would say, a Family Dollar or a Dollar Tree queen, and then you elevate, and we see the growth. And that's what I love with RuPaul's Drag Race, is you see the absolute growth. And that's what I'm sitting here like, okay, Kenya, I'm waiting for the growth. I'm waiting for the growth. I'm waiting to see you doing and taking the critiques. And I'm like, here we go another week. Here we go another week. But Kenya, if you're on the bottom again, I will understand. Okay. Silky Ganache elevated her look each week. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Oh, who are you talking about? Love that growth that entire season. Okay, next up is Jane Don't. As RuPaul would say, most girls do, but Jane don't. Now, Jane, this is a silky look. Okay, it ain't only silk, it's a whole lot of feathers. Okay, it's a whole lot of feathers. I think it's a little busy. I see you to go to Africa 8.5. I think it's a little busy. Okay, let me take your comments down for a little bit. Okay, right. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for coming through, Ken, because I may have been outnumbered today. Thank you, Ken Scales. Okay, I would have been outnumbered because I think it's too much. I think it's too much. Y'all got to see, I would have been outnumbered. Thank you, Ken, for having my back. Okay, y'all got 7s and 8.5, and Ken and I got 5. Jane don't. Okay, it's a lot. It's the bird around her neck, the feathers down her back with the wingspan. That looked good. That was a good idea. But then it's the bird's feathers or the pink, just passed by the sun area. Then the whole thing is the sun, and the sky is the dress. And I'm like, Jane don't. That's what I was thinking. Yes, it's good for creativity, and I'm glad the bird sold you. But looking at the screen, her left, our right, That's a whole cascading of pink plumage. Okay, it was too much. It was too much. The bird was too much for me. If she was the bird and the bird headdress or whatever, fine. But the bird, around her neck and around her shoulders, it was too much. You think the wrong colors were used? Well, you know what? It could be, the flamingo. If she was going for a flamingo, I don't know. I'm just thinking because of the elongated neck. The flamingo does, some of them go through a metamorphosis of colors, or it could be the ibis. Now there are ibis birds that are either pink, some go be red and white. So I don't know what she was going for. It was a lot. It looks like it fit beautifully. It does fit her well. It does fit her well, but it was a lot. I would have been fine if maybe the sun wasn't on her dress. May have been fine. Okay. Yes, she's an excellent seamstress, excellent fit. Maybe the sun is drawing my eyes away from the bird. If it was just blue and clouds on her dress, that would have been fine for me. But remember, I just have an opinion. I'm not an official judge. We're judging here. But y'all like it. I'm glad. Thank you, Ken. Ken Scales. Thank you. So, next up is the last queen to go down the runway and who will be performing next week. Discord Adams. Okay. Discord Adams decided to take silk a little bit different. Okay. The silk is, she's like, there's newspapers and all kinds of trash are just blowing in the wind and it just stuck to her. But here's where I appreciate the creativity of Discord Adams. All the newspapers that is there, she had them printed on silk. Okay. So she had newspaper stuff printed on silk so it can look like, so she basically made the newspaper print herself. And I think that was creative. Now the execution, not so much. So she had a long train coming out and she let the train go like if it was trash, and then she walked around. It was a great idea, but the execution, it felt lackluster to me. Like if the newspapers were her entire, skirt of a gown, maybe. But I'm not, it's only that newspaper creativity. I'm like it. Everything else, I'm like Discord. Not Discord 4 or 4, definitely Discord. Or are you saying discard it? Are you saying discard it? Yeah, I'm with you, Ken. It's a 4. I may have done it a 5 or a 6 because that was very creative, very, very creative. And I like whenever a queen does a creative look. I love that newspaper creativity with the silk, and you're able to, conform the, fabric and make it look like, newspaper that's all scrunched up. Okay. That's where I really, really like the thought process. But she tried to loosen up her walk a little bit. Remember, the judges have been laughing at her walk, and she said, relax it a little bit. Okay. I wonder, was she wearing long lace gloves? Yes, it's long lace gloves. But yeah, she loosened up the walk a little bit, but she needs a little bit more loosening. Okay. She may need to go see, Darlene Mitchell to unscrew the walk a little bit. Okay. She's still too tight. Now, this week, what happened was we have the queen that was on the bottom and the 2 queens this week that were going to battle for their life. So not the RoboCop walk. That is the perfect analogy. Ken, where you been all these weeks? Ken Scales, where you been all these weeks? We need you to come back every Saturday at 5 p.m. EST, okay? RoboCop walk. It is correct. Oh my word. Now I can't unsee it. I cannot unsee it. Because she leads with her hip. She leads with the hip and leans back, way back. And it's like, what in the world? Where are we walking? Right? She needs Jay Alexander from Top Model. Yes. And y'all, we will be here. We'll be watching our Top Model members. We'll be watching the Top Model documentary together. Okay. Now, members, don't forget tomorrow, Sunday, we are watching Sinners together. I dropped the link. Y'all pop in and we watch the movie together. Okay. So I have a post, and in that post, y'all will have the link. We watching Sinners together tomorrow, okay? We're gonna watch some other things, but for right now, we judging the queens. So on the bottom this week, Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist is on the bottom this week. Okay. The satin wasn't satining. Okay. The satin wasn't satining. And the performance wasn't performing. So she's on the bottom. After everybody put folks in order, she's on the bottom. Okay. Okay. Can Scazy love sinners? Okay. Now the membership is just 99 cents. Okay. Each month. You'll be tuning in for both. Girl, well, tomorrow, what are we doing? I'm covering Married at First Sight, Australia. So we are also going to be doing the cast. We'll be looking at the cast of all the brides and grooms. It'll be a good time. JRX, or Life is Reality, who is from the UK. We're doing that together, and we're going to be covering that together. And then we'll be doing our Sinners Watch tomorrow. Yes. Come join us, Ken Scales. We're having a good time already, okay? Sierra Mist is on the bottom. So depending on the performances next week, Sierra Mist will find out who she's going to be performing against to see who is going to basically go home. And RuPaul said it. Ain't nobody not going home next week. She's like, y'all may get a pass now, but next time somebody lip syncing for their life and somebody going home, okay? Yes, fun day tomorrow. Fun day tomorrow. Fun day tomorrow. You agree that Sierra Mist deserves to be on the bottom? I do too. Now she's out there now. She ain't happy about it. But the performance was lackluster, and this was too. It was a simple dress. I'm not going to say basic. It was a simple dress. Now the queens on the top, okay? The queens on the top were Juicy Love Dion, and Mia Starr. Now, when we tell you that Juicy came out like that robot and swept the floor, Mia Starr came out as the, that girl performance, and she mopped the floor. And Kenya, I did not have the chance. Kenya Please Her had the first thing. She's like, we are not ready for what is about to happen. Okay, we are not ready for this head-to-head of these jaggernauts. We are not ready for what is about to transpire. And we weren't. These are two, and Jane don't, these are two Miami girls who you said can't read. Okay, Jane, two Miami girls. Now, Mia Starr said, hey, I'm an old queen coming up against this young'un, okay? I just need to hold my own. Juicy is best. Juicy did a lot more acrobatics, okay? And yes, as a young queen, Juicy's body is body yaddy yaddy. It can flip, twip, twirl, and do it all. Okay, she did a split, and I was like, okay. Mia, no, she ain't doing all that. Mia got, she could pop, drop it, and lock it with the best of them. But Mia is like, I ain't doing splits. I can't do no cartwheels or flip backwards. I'm an old queen, but I know how to perform. And she had some good parts of that performance, okay? Mia performance was dope, and she was here. They both was amazing. And that's what RuPaul said. They are both staying because that was stellar performances. Mia's performance was outstanding, but this dress was okay. I agree with you. The dress was just okay, but it's a whole lot better than some of the other dresses. Okay. It's a whole lot better than the other dresses we just saw. So RuPaul was so amazed by both of these queens. She said, you know what? Not only y'all both win and y'all both stay, y'all are each going to get the prize money. Y'all ain't splitting that prize money. Y'all are each going to get $2,500. Okay. Y'all are both getting that money, not to share, but y'all going to get your own cash tip, right? They made my night. They brought the dance moves, joy and excitement. When they moved together, baby, I was overjoyed. So what Lotus Egyptian Flower is saying is that at a certain point, they were pointing at each other, whatever, and it's all in good fun. and then they decided to perform together for a little bit. So Juicy put her arm on Mia's shoulder, and they both walked in sync to the other side of the stage, and then they kind of like separated from each other and they continued their dance. And it was like, ooh, that could have been real shady. It could have been real bad. But again, they are two girls from Miami, so they know each other. I'm sure they know each other more than we are seeing here. And again, it was, when I tell you the Clash of the Titans or the Jaggernauts, what? Yes, so far we love this season. This season has given us everything we're looking for, except I need Can You Please Her to grow a little bit more. Okay? Grow a little bit more in the fashion. Okay? But you're giving me the one-liners. Okay? I agree that it was a tie. I couldn't decide who was the winner. Right. Because it's like they both brought something different. They both brought, like, how can I say it? Juicy was the flip, drop it, split, and controlled flips too. Juicy has that clean, smooth, acrobatic way. Mia got the, I'm here, I'm gonna take your man. And she got that, rugged, like all out heart kind of performance. And it's like, yes, Mia, yes. It's kind of like, the girls, you got to decide. Is it youth, or is it, a more mature queen? And the mature queen is like, hey, I'm here. I ain't splitting, but I can definitely pop lock it, and I definitely move my girls. It was really good. I'm really, really love that it was a tie. I totally agree that it was a tie between these two queens. Okay. No arguments here. I'm glad that the chat community has no arguments about these queens being a tie. So we have our winners for this week. Okay. We have our winners for this week. And if it's anything y'all have to do, go look at the last 5 minutes and see them go head to head. It was really Clash of the Titans. Okay. Really a Clash of the Titans of two queens performing. And two queens who really, truly respect each other. Juicy ain't trying to say, well, you old and you past your time. Juicy wasn't saying that. And Mia wasn't saying, well, you a youngin', I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff. No, they were just having a good time and new. But here's my problem. Yeah, Candy does seem a little bit lazy. She needs to work harder. Yeah, she does. Here's my problem. And I need y'all to fix this for me. Y'all need to tell me if I'm doing a little too much. Now, with you being here, and with you doing all these performances, and we never saw Mia Starr perform before. Now, Mia, we know you a little bit of lip sync assassin now. We know what you bring to the table as far as lip sync battles. Juicy, we know what you bring into a lip sync battle. Okay? But Mia, we didn't see you before. We didn't see Mia before. So again, for some of these queens, okay, and even in their performances, I'm like, did you give people a little too much as to who you are and what you're going to bring to a lip sync battle? That's my question. Were we doing too much? Because, sometimes you got to keep one in the chamber so everybody doesn't know what to expect when you are stepping to the stage for a lip sync. I don't know, y'all. That's all I was thinking. I was like, don't give them too much. Save some for later. Don't give them too much, and don't give the judges too much that they done seen it all from you. But, hey, I ain't got nothing against Mia and Juicy really coming through and doing the performance and winning. But now we know how at least Mia moves as far as lip sync battles. Okay. But y'all, that was a wonderful episode. Even though no queens went home, a time was had, fun was had. Please leave it in the comments below how you felt about this. Please leave a like, okay? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you want to, come see, Sinners with us tomorrow. Or I'm going to try and do Sundays as our movie night. We've already seen, we watched One Love, the Bob Marley biopic together. We have a few more movies coming up that we're going to watch together. And so, I'm going to do it for the members. So members, please look out for the posts. Okay. And you'll see the link in the post. Ru does not like it if you repeat yourself. Ru does not. And that's why I'm worried about the girls who have not have to lip sync for their life. And like Mia Starr, who brought it, is Ru gonna think I done seen this before? Mm-mm-mm. Yes. It was great. This was great. I'm glad you had a great time, Sam. I hope you all had a great time. Once again, please hit that like. Make sure you hype up the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave comments below. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next one.